decision. I'm Thomas here with Chris Duncan. How you doing today?
Good mate, good. How are you?
Not too bad.
Good.
A bit less battered and bruised than yourself.
It's part of the sport, isn't it? Is it that high or is it that high? I can't remember.
Right. At least it's not so.
You got to play with fire, you get burnt, don't you?
You've obviously got your fight coming up in a couple of weeks. It's on
Sunday the 4th of August.
Sunday 4th of August over in Musselburgh.
Yep.
Leandro, Souza.
I think that's his name, I think that's his name.
How's the prep been for it so far?
Been really good, man, really good. This time last camp I'd cut my eye and hurt my back, so this went really swimmingly this time, you know. Weight's perfect. Got my diet down with Jordan, you know, the guy who does my diet. Training's going well, I feel fit, I've got good sparring in. There's nothing I can fault with it, you know. Been good, yeah, really good.
How much do you sort of know about your opponent? I've tried to have a look and there's not a whole lot that's...
No, there's not much on him, but I know obviously being Brazilian, he's got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, but hey, I'm going to come across these boys anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like I've said before, I'm a Jiu-Jitsu guy's worst nightmare. You got to get me down, number one. Number two, you got to keep me down there. And number three, you got to try and submit me. So, hey, I'm just going to get him down. Well, if he tries to take me down, he'll be on bottom and I'll punch his legs out. It's simple as that. I don't mind exchanging the grappling. You know, I feel confident in my grappling. Solid grappling. Anybody that's trained me before knows so. There's punches involved, so that's my favourite part of that. Don't do BJJ. Don't get me that. I can grapple and stuff like that, but I know the fundamentals. But MMA is a totally different sport. You know, like people, you know, they play cricket, but they can't play baseball. It's totally different, two different wavelengths. You know what I mean?
Having looked at his record, sort of 7-3 positive. I think he's on a 4-win streak, but I think every single one of them was a debutant. So you kind of like. Don't know how much you can sort of take.
Well, I was told it was 5-3, and then I looked at the share dog and it was 7-3. At the end of the day, man, it's one of those fights I would never turn down. So I've got to jump at these opportunities. You know, things like I didn't get on Bellator, not bothered. Fight's a fight. Happy to show set my skills. I'm always going up against these guys that try to take me down. So happy to take the fight. I've just been itching to get back in there after Dublin, you know. After a good win, I was trying to get back in there early and ups and downs, but I got there in the end, you know.
Obviously, as you sort of touched on there, you had the win back in February. I think a couple of days after the last one I done with you, you were trying to get on the Bellator London, that sort of fell through.
Just up. Things happen back and forth. Obviously, they've got their ideas, I've got my ideas. Just fell through. That opportunity's been and gone. So I'm just waiting for the next show. If it's Bellator, if it's on top, if it's Headhunters, I'll take it. I've said to you people before, and said to yourself when you came in, you know, if I could have a fight in this room and it was on my share dog record, I wouldn't care. You know, as long as it's registered and all that, and it'll go on my share dog record. I'm just a fighter just now, and I'm looking to build my way up to the top and take it fight by fight. You know, my clients always say to me, you know, I want to lose 2 stone, I want to lose it now, and I'm like, just do it pound by pound. It's the same with fighting. I just need to fight by fight, win, knock them out first round, and I want everybody to know that I'm a finisher, you know. So that's like people can go 8, 9, 10 and 0 and not get a shout for a big massive promotion to fight in America, but you know, I've seen folk getting called 6 and 0 that are knockout artists, finish fights, go in there and entertain, and that's exactly what I want to be, you know.
It's a weird one because obviously you can be the best, you can have a great record, but it's an entertainment business as well, and as you sort of said there,
definitely.
Stylish knockouts, early wins, is something.
It's the knockouts and the finishes that really, it's what the fans want, and it's what for instance, nobody remembers the guy that triangled the guy in the first minute. They always remember the guy that knocked the guy stiff, and I've said that tons of times before. As I said, it's a blood sport, so people want to see blood or KOs and stuff like that. I don't think I've structured myself around that for the people around. I think it's just my mentality, that kind of kill or be killed. You know, I think me and my coach were born in the wrong era. You know, if you were back in the Spartan days, you know, I would be the king of the castle, you know, like murderers and stuff like that. But yeah, I tend to go out and finish these guys because I'm just trying to get myself in a bad place and just try and put them away, you know.
Yeah. Sort of saying there, not a whole lot of information out on your opponent. I suppose more than ever it's focusing about what you can do.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. I've got, it's a 5-round fight, so it's a title. I'm not really bothered with the title as such. As I said, I'm in for the fight. I've got 5 rounds, I've got 25 minutes to figure him out. So if I need to take my time, I'll figure him out, you know. I'll find out what his habits are and stuff like that very early on, because I'll start making him flinch once I start touching him up, you know. But yeah, it's good to have him. If I feel I get better, anybody that sparred me, they know that I get better in the later rounds, because I'm always thinking, you know, I might be quite dumb anyway, but as it comes to fight IQ, and I'm always reading you, I always know what's coming, you know.
Yeah. How did this opportunity sort of come about, Ultimate Fight League?
I don't really know how it came about. I think it was a kind of mix between my manager and my coach. Just trying to get me a fight in the UFL, had put their name forward, and I just jumped at the opportunity, you know. I wasn't bothered with money or that, you know. I just let my manager sort that out and then just jumped in there. You know, money's a bonus at the end of the day. That's why I work. I still work, you know. I work full time, and I'm just trying to fight and get to where I want to be, and then hopefully I can start cutting down my hours on my clients, focus on my training, and then that'll help me even more and progress and develop, you know, because I've plenty of room for development yet.
I suppose it's good as well that it's in your home country, I suppose, for ticket sales and stuff like that. It's tough if it's down south. Yeah,
I definitely. And also the weight cut is going to be a lot easier too. You're familiar. Me going away to Bellator and stuff like that was a right eye opener, because I thought it was going to be quite vague, but they picked me up at the airport and all that, so I'll know that for next time. But here I just go over to the peak, cut weight in the sauna, and in the morning I do a salt bath. Simple as that, you know, and that'll get it done. And then Adam will pick me up, we'll drive down, weigh in, refuel on the way back up the road, get some food, and I'll be back to whatever kilos I'm at. I'm quite a heavy lightweight, so the pounds do fly back on.
Yeah. You said the weight cut's sort of been on target? So
yeah, perfect, yeah. I'll let that in the hands of the guy that does the diet, the fight dietitian. He's brilliant, man, he's really good. It's not so much the weight cut itself, I can get it done. Like, I could have done it without him, but it's never as good. You know, he's got all the numbers and stuff like that. And I'm going to go do some testing. He's got me in touch with a guy, and I'm going to do some testing for the next camp that will help me kind of understand how my body works a little bit. I'm going to get a DEXA scan and stuff like that too, to find out my mass. So yeah, it's things are all starting to gel together. And one day I'll be the complete athlete, yeah. One day.
I suppose it's stress off yourself, not having to worry about that sort of thing as well.
Yeah.
It can be quite for anybody really.
Yeah, well, if you don't make the weight, you don't fight, and then at the higher levels you maybe could fight, but you have 20% of your purse, you know. Say for instance, just for easy counting, you're on 100k, you know, that's 20% of that, that's 20k off, you know, it's not so good. So the weight and the refuel, I'm really particular about my performance. If I feel I'm not performing, it plays in my mind a wee bit, and I've been performing so well, like really well. You know what I mean? It's it's sparring mainly. I feel it's all piecing together. You know, I've got my wee things that I do, and I'm always learning.
How is the sparring again? I think Ross Houston,
yeah, the start of the camp I had Ross Houston. He said he was going to help me afterwards, but he'd obviously broke his nose,
few injuries,
broke his hand, you know. I've been sparring with Paul McBrain, Kieran Connor, who else? just a few other guys, you know, just try to keep things going. I know how to fight anyway. The last time I injured myself, I had to stop sparring 4 weeks out, but I know how to fight, man. It's just throw them hands through the legs and see what happens.
This is obviously, I think it'll be your second fight for 2019. Had you hoped to maybe sort of be a bit more active than?
I would have hoped to have had another one in by now, but I've got to just get this one done. And then I'm really hoping injury free, because as I say, I put it on the line when I go in there. I'm going in there, I don't care if he checks my kick, I'm going in there hard, I'm going in there throwing bombs, so injury free, I'll be good to go. If I'm good, I'm good to go. Obviously after he fights, you're always got sore feet and always got sore shins and always got sore hands, so ice them up for 2 or 3 weeks, focus on mainly keeping the weight down, keeping the cardio up, keeping the weight, start to try and get my strength back, because obviously strength goes down as your calories go down and stuff like that, and so try and get that up nice and early, and then start out my camp again, try and level out, and then get on to the next one, because as I said, this is like an ongoing thing for me. I want to get to where I am pretty quick.
Yeah. Where do you want to get to pretty quick?
The biggest promotions in the world, so I don't really care, Bellator or UFC, but if I was to ask for anything, you know, the UFC was the first thing I watched when I was younger. The first fight that I ever seen that made me want to get into like MMA and stuff like that, or I actually liked watching it, was Uriah Faber against Jose Aldo when he was smashing those leg kicks in, you know, when he got all the bruises on his leg. So that, when I put my head on the pillow at night, that's what I want to do, you know, the UFC is like, that's the sign I see when I put my head on the pillow, so just takes time, you got to work your way up the ladder, and I'm doing all the right things, I'm pushing the right buttons, so just a matter of time.
Yeah. Sort of saying before to you off camera that you're obviously unsigned at the moment, that can be a positive and a negative, I guess.
Yep.
Like, you can sort of go on to people's shows, but then you don't have, when, not pointing fingers or blaming anyone, but there's not a sort of consistent like regional, like domestic show. Obviously on top, had a few problems with the last show, not to pull it and things like that, can sort of affect you.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Sometimes the consistency of the shows, like for instance the UFC Europe, you know, they don't come around very often. So if I was in the UFC, for instance, I would maybe get the fights. That's why I'm trying to be exciting, because I want them to take me into the UFC Europe, and then I want them to punt me right in America, you know, I want to go over, I want to be, in the future in my head, I want to live in America, or somewhere abroad that they can bring me into that kind of American UFC, or even the Bellator. I'm saying UFC because that's what I picture in my mind, but whatever one's going to see me have a better future, I think that's the one I'll go to, you know. I do love the UFC, and that's my dream, but if Bellator are going to offer me good money and be able to help, number one, look after my family and look after myself, I'll have to take that, you know. Like competing against people like Michael Chandler and Bellator, that's like an ultimate goal. He's like one of my role models, because number one, he's a good guy, he doesn't talk too much smack, he talks a little bit, but that's just because people do it to him. But to be able to compete against that guy would be fantastic, and the same, like I'd love to compete against like Donald Cerrone or somewhere, two totally different fighters, but two different spectrums, you know, like, and you see these guys moving from the UFC to like one championship, maybe even one, I could maybe go to one, you know what I mean, that doesn't, you never know what's at the other end of the tree, at the branch, you know, you've got all these different things. I've seen myself planning in my head where I want to be, you know, like I got this manager and he sent me, he's like, oh, we can maybe get this fight in Cage Warriors as a one-off fight, and I was like, oh, that's brilliant, I got myself so cooped up on this Cage Warriors fight, and then it fell through, and then I fought Niall Smith, and then straight after that I got Bellator, so it felt like I just went, whoop, skipped one, you know. So sometimes these things tend to go on a different path than what you expect. So I'm quite happy to, and I'm looking forward to the future, you know, like after this fight, you know, I'm hoping to get another big fight. If not, we'll just need to see what happens, but if I get another big fight, I'm going to spend the money and I'm going to go away to America, hopefully with Robert Whiteford if we're maybe on the same card, you know.
Yeah. Obviously, Cage Warriors are probably one of the ones that have picked up the most Scots.
Yep.
Have you had any more sort of talks with them, about?
Well, at the end of the day, you know, it's the biggest thing, you know, with that is the money side of it. You know, like if I'm signed into a contract with them, it's either a 3-fight deal or a contract. So it would be 3 fights, and then I can get out of the contract, or it would be 3 fights, and by the time they see me these 3 fights, they'll be like, this guy needs a title shot. Then I'd sign and I'd win the belt, and then I would be signed into it until the UFC really wanted me. Do you know what I mean? So that's probably going to make my journey a lot longer than in what it could be if I was out of the UFC. You know, there's always this thing, you know, you don't want to fight in Bellator because they'll not take you to the UFC. That's just not the case. You know, like people have fought in the UFC and then went to Bellator, but there's also been people who have been in Bellator that went to the UFC. If you're entertaining, they'll want you, you know what I mean? Like if you're, like I bet you if Michael Chandler become a free agent, do you not think they'd take him up? 100%, they'll bring in some tickets, you know what I mean? It's a money making game, you know, or a business as such. So if you're entertaining, number one, and you can sell tickets and put bums on seats, you're going to get that spot.
Yeah. Have you had an offer from Cage Warriors then to sort of be with
I haven't. I don't think that's just even been in the mix, to be fair. Yeah. I think my manager's quite friendly with the guys at Cage Warriors and stuff like that. I just don't think my manager thinks that's the best option for me. I try and leave that to him because he's really good at his job. Yeah. So I suppose
sort of the way you're talking as well, like you sort of want to aim higher than that.
I want to. Yeah, no, definitely not. No, that's not what it's like. I'm fighting on UFL. What's better in your eyes? You know, it would be Cage Warriors, but you're weighing up these things, being a free agent and being tied into a contract. So you just got to be careful because I see myself going quite quick. I want to get another 2-3 fights in this year. Well, I'll get this fight in and another 2, and that'll be 4 this year. Well, 4 since April, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
It's sort of, I guess, a lot depends on how this fight goes as well, because
we're
talking ahead, but as you can see from even with like Ross, like he can get ruled out for a couple of weeks.
Definitely. Well, I'm going out to try and finish this guy in 2 rounds max, and be injury free, and then just get right into the next one. You know, I've said to my girlfriend, you know, this is what I want to do. Are you happy with that? And she knows I'm going to knuckle down for 2 fights, and then we're going to go on holiday somewhere like Thailand, and then I can train as well. So it's like a double-edged sword. We can relax and train. So I can train in the morning, train in the afternoon, we can go out at night.
So you can get sit on the beach.
Exactly, mate, exactly. So even if we get like my pal Scotty and his girlfriend, they might even say if they want to come with us, you know, and it'll make things a lot easier, you know. Because this is my life now, it's taking up everything. I just wish I wouldn't need to work, but I need to make money, so and the MMA's not paying at the moment.
Yeah. Obviously you're training a lot with Whiteford, he's obviously just signed with Bellator.
Yeah.
Big boost for sort of yourself and like
yeah, definitely. He's a beast, man. Like, you know, like everybody, like Robert's been in the UFC and then came out, and see anybody that's been in the UFC or is in the UFC, they're a special individual. Like you couldn't fault them for what they're at. You know, people are like, oh, he got cut from the UFC. That's not the case, man. Like you could have Brendan. What's his second name? Brendan. That was in the Contender Series and wasn't allowed to go into the UFC.
Oh,
yeah, something like that. You know, these guys are all beasts. You know what I mean? Like they don't, just because you're not in the prestige fight league doesn't mean you're not an absolute animal. Do you know what I mean? So these guys are like Robert. Like I always remember the first time I wrestled with Robert. I went in there thinking, you know, I'll do really well here. I'll be able to put him on his back and stuff like that. Not a chance. You know, I'm just starting to catch up a little bit, just a little bit. You know what I mean? You know, that guy's a beast when it comes to grappling and stuff like that. You know, like he's like, people don't realise the level. They're like, he always says to me, there's levels to this, and so does Brad Pickett actually. Yeah. There's levels to this game, and there definitely is, man. And it's good to test yourself against those boys, because you can't always be the best guy in the room. It's just not the way it needs to work. You know, you need to put yourself in the bad situations, like the grappling exchanges, you know, like putting in the nitty gritty cardio and knowing what it feels like to actually be in a fight, hence the black eyes. You know, you need to know what that feels like, because if you've not been in that, you'll not understand it when you're in there, or you'll shell up, you'll cover up, you know. But
yeah. Obviously for this upcoming fight, you've got a few buses, I think, going through from Sterling. If anybody wants to sort of get on them, is there still?
Yeah, definitely. I've got one 16-seater just now, but the guy that sponsors me, it's RLC. I think that's right. RLC Limited. Yeah, I keep getting it wrong. Maybe mixing it up. They're putting on a bus for me. So there's a 16-seater just now that'll be leaving at 5:15. There's also a bus at maybe 6 o'clock if I get enough numbers. And just contact me if you need any tickets for the show, and I'll send you the link and you can buy them from the Brunt. So it's only in Edinburgh, so it's only an hour away. It's actually passed it the other day, so it's quite close. Yeah, so it's going to be a good one. As always, I'm promising fireworks. You know, I'm always out there to finish. 4 finishes so far, 5 come 4th of August.
Is that 2 rounds as well?
2, aye.
2.
I reckon I'll hurt him in the first, and then he'll start to shell away, and I'll start to feel where his head's going, and start to where his what's the word I'm looking for? Where his faults are, you know, putting himself in bad situations, and then I'll pick him off. I reckon I'll finish it with ground and pound, because he'll be trying to run away.
I look forward to looking back on see how
we should get this clip up. Hey, you never know, man. This could be a 5-round war. You know what I mean? But I don't expect it to be. I've trained for it. I've got a session planned with Adam in about 10 minutes. An hour and a half. So that's going to be an absolute. No. I've got. It's at 4 o'clock, so I've got loads of time. I've got a session planned, and I know exactly what it is, and it's disgusting. But man, it gets your lungs going, and it's very applicable to MMA. Adam's my strength and conditioning coach as well as my MMA coach, and he's very knowledgeable about all these things. You know, I'm very specific with my training. You know, like see these folk that come in and they're doing 2-hour sessions and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of silly. It's good to burn calories for like 2 hours if you're needing to burn the calories and drill, but it needs to be specific. Like some of my sessions only last 20 minutes. Like how long is the fight?
Smarter,
yeah, exactly. So like things like time. Like if I'm fighting late at night, sometimes I'm going to start. Like the last week, I'll come in at night time, train at night time, just because I'm going to get my body adapting to that. You know, so it's very specific and very tailored to the actual fight itself. So got 5-minute rounds, and I'm just going to go for it, you know.
Shout out for your sponsors, obviously, sort of big help.
Yeah, I've got a couple of new ones. Yeah, a couple of new ones this time. I've got Blair Craig, Plumbing and Heating. He's one of my good friends from my old rugby team. He helped me out, you know. He obviously plumbing and heating, but he also does bathroom removals, refurbishing and stuff like that. RLC Limited, the bus company. They're putting on the bus obviously for the show. I've got Flora Fusion, you know, it's the CBD oil. The Vitamin Shop, RG Autotech. Who else have we got here? There's that many on the Vitamin Shop, Forage Farm, Flora Fusion. There's someone I'm missing. There's RG Autotech too. Wait now. I forgot. You know, I'll need to go and look at my banner. I should get a picture of my banner on my phone so then I don't even forget them. But if I've missed anybody, you know, I'm very appreciative of like this sport. As much as it's a one-man sport, you know, all these people round about me all help me, you know, Bevy just got me a pair of Fortress wraps the other day, you know. That's a lot of money to be spending on just a guy like me, and he's just doing it out of the goodness of his heart, you know what I mean? So like people that do that, and like people that give me either sponsorship money or they give me products from their business, it's like you can't even just say thanks because it's not enough. You know, they're giving you all this money or product and just for you because they believe that you can like go far, and that's like an amazing thing to be doing, you know, because like I couldn't imagine myself just giving away my money to somebody that does sport. You know, I've never been in that situation yet, so I don't know how they do it, you know, so they must have some sort of belief in me, and
one day.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I will repay the people that have been with me since the start. You know, things like, you know, there was a saying I seen the other day. It's like pretty much said you've got to look after the people that were at the start, and it's so true. It's like your family and stuff like that, and you look after them through thick and thin. Sometimes they fuck up, but like you got to look after them. You know, they might say something nasty one day, but you love them to bits the next day. You know, same with your sponsors. You know. They're doing it for you for no reason. Like, why do they need to do it? They're getting no profit or gain out of it, you know. So yeah, I'm very appreciative of my sponsors.
Good stuff. Well, listen, thanks for your time, and if I don't catch you before the fight, best of luck. And,
thank you. Don't need luck. I work hard enough. Don't need luck. I work hard enough. Thanks, mate.